Good morning to one and all. I thank the Indian Public School and the TED for giving me this exciting opportunity. Today's talk is about how we all can come together and let the learning emerge just like the flowers blossom. I am Dr. Naveen Sundaram. I have some magical moments in my brain which I would like to transfer to your brain. I request all of you to close your eyes and behold this thought for a while. During my training days in the delivery room, there used to be these wonderful moments where 7 to 10 newborn, cute little babies swaddled, lying next to each other, and all of them sleeping at the same time. Isn't it very blissful? Few years later, after I became an emergency physician and intensivist, I find myself having to endure the pain of having to observe young people and teenagers getting admitted in the intensive care unit for various reasons. One important reason being mental health problems. What happened? Did we miss something? Yes. The collective intelligence, the collective wisdom, and the community action based on the wisdom we have gained over the past few decades. To give you a perspective, even bacterial colonies exhibit features of collective intelligence. Some scientists call it bacterial intelligence. In the words of Mr. Sean Aker, a Harvard researcher, whatever potential we as human beings individually achieve amounts just to small potential. When we collaborate, we achieve something called big potential, which can never be achieved by an individual person. So what is the idea I am proposing today? The idea is that we all can come together and form a parent, teachers, school community within each and every school to facilitate the growth of each and every child to his or her full potential so they lead a happy life. This is easier said than done. So I believe this is a difficult task because it needs collaboration from each of us. Why am I proposing this idea? Because I sincerely believe each and every child deserves this. But I have a feeling that what we are trying to do currently is that we are trying to make beautiful bonsai trees with our children. Yes, bonsai trees are beautiful. But if we get a chance to discuss with the bonsai tree, I'm sure they would express pain, frustration, and anguish. Each and every creation of nature is beautiful in itself, just like the babies are. You want to realize how beautiful the nature's creation is? I request all of you to go to a park, isolate yourself, turn off your phones, detach from who you are currently. Pick a plant or a tree of your choice, observe it very carefully, each and every branch, each and every leaf, each and every flower. Give it some time. I'm sure you will be amazed by the beauty of nature. So what is the local context within which this community's need exists? More often than not, during the parent-teachers meetings, I see there is a polarized view of what's happening in the classrooms. One parent claiming that the homework given to the child is too much, while the other parent claim it's too little. So what are the teachers supposed to do? What is the school supposed to do? We need to be discussing something more fundamental and profound, something like the curriculum itself, the methodology, the problems faced by the teachers, by the children, by the parents, and much more. I think there is a serious disconnect here. I'll give you another example. Many parents have ideas of changing the curriculum of the child once the child completes grade 5 or grade 8. On the other side, the school invests significant amount of time, money and energy in training the teachers towards another curriculum. Yes, there is a serious disconnect here. So having told about the idea and the reason behind it and the local context, we need to think, is there really a need for such a community within each and every school? The answer is yes. Because all these ideas have been around for many decades. But what is missing is the beautiful outcomes our children can experience having implemented these ideas. Moreover, as a society, have we succeeded in giving a nurturing environment for each and every child? As a society, have we won all our challenges? The challenges we ourselves face and the next generation will face are unprecedented. Just to name a few: war, communal intolerance, alarmingly increasing rates of cancer and other non-communicable diseases, few of them particularly from the school age itself, climate change, extinction of species, rapid depletion of natural resources. One thing that is particularly concerning me is that the amount of damage we as human beings do to Mother Nature. To emphasize this, I would like to quote Mr. Jonas Salk. If all the insects were to disappear from Earth today, within the next 50 years, all life on Earth would cease to exist. On the contrary, if all the human beings were to disappear from Earth today, within the next 50 years, all lives on Earth would flourish. Just imagine the amount of damage we as human beings are doing to Mother Nature. Hence, I think it makes sense for us to create awareness amongst the next generation early on so that they can not only brace for impact, they can come up with innovative solutions with their beautiful minds. I'll talk a little bit more about this community itself. The parent, teachers, school community within each and every school, formed by carefully selected volunteers from each of these groups, might include children and global thought leaders. They would work towards the ultimate goal of letting the flowers blossom. The key word is letting. I mean, they are destined to blossom. We just have to let them. So this community will work within the guidelines of the school. It will help the school in creating awareness amongst the parents about the philosophy of the school and help the school in protecting its philosophy from unrealistic and unpragmatic expectations of the parents. It will help the parents to collaborate and reshape their collective expectations from school and from the teachers. It will give a safe space for the parents to discuss about their fears, insecurities, and various other things without being judged. More importantly, this community will play a vital role in celebrating the teachers, supporting them, giving them an extraordinary space to try various new ideas in their daily classrooms. To sum it up, this community will work towards enlightening the soul of the school. So I sincerely believe this community has a potential to achieve lot of things within each school. And if you think about the big potential, if such collaboration happens within each and every school within this small town, we can make wonders. Our next generation can make bigger wonders. However, I would like to suggest few principles, few ideas which I had borrowed from various greatest thought leaders in this domain, which can act as a foundational guiding principles for this community. I have many mentors in this particular domain, few of them being Mr. Sean Aker, Mr. Alfie Khan, Mr. Sugata Mitra, Sir Ken Robinson, Sir Ricardo Semler, Mrs. Selja Sen, Leo Tolstoy, Mahatma Gandhiji, and many more. The following concepts are borrowed from and inspired by these great people. The first one is that this community will help all of us come together and practice and preach the power of happiness advantage, which means happiness leads to success. It's not the other way around. The second is that we all come together to learn how not to punish our children with rewards. Did I say rewards? Yes, I meant inappropriate rewards. Inappropriate rewards has the potential to damage the child's intrinsic motivation as bad as the punishment itself. It perpetuates insecurity and promotes rivalry instead of potential collaboration. I'll give you an example. Wow, your work is excellent versus wow, you are the best in the class. I will leave it up to you to think about this further. A child who is motivated by others' rewards are governed by that person. Over time, getting their approval becomes their main task. And more importantly, this damage is usually hidden in plain sight. So before we could realize, the damage is already done. The third principle is that this community will help everyone come together and learn how to express love in its true form. Respect is the greatest expression of love. Let's say we have a discussion with a child, and at the end of the discussion, the child decides something that is against our wish. We still need to respect the child's autonomy. We need to let go of the command and control strategy. You have to finish this because I said so. You have to complete this, otherwise I'm going to inform your teacher. These kind of instances damages the intrinsic motivation of the child significantly and the emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is a prerequisite for learning to happen. The fourth point is that this community will help everyone come together and learn the importance of the inner light each and every child is born with. Each and every child is born intrinsically curious, creative. They are never afraid of falling down again and again and getting up again and again. However, we need to be mindful of the fact that these abilities are very fragile. And we need to be very careful that we don't damage these very fragile abilities. I'll give you an interesting example which I noticed from my son. During his early months after birth, for no reason at all, he used to flex both his legs and try to bring his feet towards his face at least 100 times each and every day. During this process, we have noticed that he used to hurt himself on his face. We never could actually find out the reason until around the end of 5th month. We noticed he suddenly was suckling his great toe. Only then did we realize he had made thousands and thousands of failed attempts just to achieve this one task, to suckle his great toe. I've also seen kids around the age of 3 to 5, if they fall down, they maintain that posture for someone to come and rescue. So this is the kind of damage our behavior have done to the grit of the child which they are born with. The fifth one is that this community will help everyone come together and learn the concept of constant self-improvement rather than compare and compete. I have a challenge for all of you. Pick a plant of your choice. Try to find two leaves which are exactly similar to each other. If you happen to succeed at this level, only then move on to the next level and try to find two children who are exactly similar to each other. If you're not able to find, please allow yourself to be amazed by the uniqueness of your child and stop comparing. So, having discussed all these things, I believe I need help to practice these things, to learn these things, only then to preach these things. So, I also believe most of us would need help. So, I'd like to reiterate that this community will work towards enlightening the soul of the school. Let's come together and let the learning emerge, the wisdom emerge, let the flowers blossom. They are destined to. Each and every child deserves this. Mother Nature deserves this. So I'd like to finish with a quote by Mr. A.S. Neil, the founder of Summerhill School. All hatreds, all crimes, all wars can be reduced to unhappiness, and respect is the greatest expression of love. A quote by Mrs. Meenakshi Umesh, the founder of Ovidam School. Thank you.